Have you ever bought what looked like a brilliant security camera, only to find out it won't work with your smart home because it's not certified by Apple or Google or whoever? Or maybe you've got a mix of cameras, some Unify, some Reolink, some random Chinese ones, and you're just stuck juggling 3 different apps just to check who's at your front door? That's where Scrypted comes in, and it's absolutely brilliant. So, what the heck is Scrypted? Welcome to Foxy's Lab. I'm Foxy, and in this series I explain complex smart home, IoT and homelab concepts in a way that makes sense. In this episode we're talking about Scrypted, the open source platform that lets you connect practically any camera to any smart home platform, whether it's certified or not. So, go grab a coffee, I'll get one too, and then we'll get into it. Scrypted is an open source video integration platform that acts as a universal translator for security cameras. Think of it as the middleman that takes your camera feeds, whether they're from Unify, Reolink, Camcrest, Hikvision, or even some random Chinese camera with RTSP, and makes them work with platforms that normally wouldn't support them. Want to use your non-certified cameras with Apple HomeKit? Scrypted can do that. Want to stream your Unify cameras to Google Home? Scrypted's got you covered. Scrypted sits in the middle, receiving RTSP streams from your cameras and then rebroadcasting them in whatever format your smart home platform needs. It's all local, runs on your own hardware, and gives you complete control over how your cameras integrate with your smart home. Here's a quick history. Scrypted was created by Kaushik Dutta, usually known as Kush in the community, a developer who's been building open source Android tools for years. It's one of the newer projects we've featured on What the Heck so far, as it only started gaining traction around 2021 as people look for better ways to use HomeKit secure video with their existing cameras. Kush built Scrypted because he was frustrated with the fragmentation in the smart home camera space. Every manufacturer wants you to be locked into their ecosystem, and the major smart home platforms only played nicely with certified cameras. Scrypted breaks down those walls. Oh yeah! Completely open source, actively developed, and has a vibrant community on Discord and Reddit, helping people get their cameras working with whatever platform they want. What started as a way to get cameras into HomeKit has evolved into a full-featured video integration platform with its own NVR solution, object detection, and support for basically every major smart home platform. Like any good tech, Scrypted has its own set of jargon, so let's break it down. Plugins are how Scrypted connects to different devices and platforms. There's a plugin for your camera manufacturer, Unify, Reolink, Camcrest, etc., and a plugin for your destination platform, HomeKit, Google Home, Alexa, etc. You install the plugins you need and configure them to connect your cameras to your platforms. RTSP is real-time streaming protocol. I covered this before in the Frigate video, but just in case you missed it, it's how most IP cameras stream video over your network. Scrypted receives RTSP streams from your camera, and then, if it needs to, it transcodes that feed into whatever format your smart home platform requires. If your camera supports RTSP, and most do these days, it'll work with Scrypted. Rebroadcasting is what Scrypted does. It takes the video feed from your camera and rebroadcasts it in a format that your smart home platform can understand. This is how you can get non-HomeKit cameras to work with HomeKit or a non-Google camera to work with Google Home. HKSV, or HomeKit Secure Video, is Apple's system for recording and analysing security camera footage in iCloud. Normally you need a HomeKit certified camera to use it, but Scrypted lets you use practically any camera with HKSV. The video gets analysed on your Apple Home Hub, HomePod or Apple TV, and clips get stored in iCloud, giving you access to them from your Apple devices anywhere in the world. Transcoding is the process of converting video from one format to another. Some smart home platforms are picky about video formats, so Scrypted might need to transcode your camera's feed to make it compatible. This uses CPU or GPU resources on whatever device is running Scrypted. Scrypted NVR is a plugin that turns Scrypted into a full network video recorder with 24/7 recording, smart detections, and mobile apps. It's an optional feature. You can just use Scrypted for rebroadcasting if that's all you need it for. Motion events are notifications when your camera detects motion. Scrypted can pass motion events from your camera to your smart home platform or generate its own using object detection. In my setup, Scrypted is my camera hub. I've got 2 cameras, one watching the front door and one watching the carport, and they both stream RTSP to Scrypted, which is running in a Docker container on my own RAID server. From there, Scrypted rebroadcasts those feeds into 2 places. First, it sends them to Frigate, my local NVR that does AI object detection and event recording. I've already done a What the Heck is Frigate video if you want to learn more about that. Second, and this is the really useful bit, it sends them to my Apple HomeKit. That means I can view my camera feeds on my iPhone, iPad, and most importantly, on my Apple TV, which is perfect for my main use case of having CCTV cameras, seeing when my delivery order has arrived. I can just say, hey, show me the front door, and boom, there it is on my TV. Without Scrypted, I need to buy HomeKit certified cameras, which I don't have, and I don't want the expense of buying. Scrypted makes my non-certified cameras work seamlessly with HomeKit, and I didn't have to spend a fortune on new hardware. If you're enjoying this video, give me a like and hit subscribe. What cameras are you running on your home lab, and do you think you'd see a benefit in using Scrypted? Drop me a comment, I want to hear what you're using. If there are any topics you'd like me to cover in a future What the Heck video, let me know in the comments and I'll stick it on the list. Alternatively, you can also hit me up on our Discord server, link in the description. Scrypted is brilliant, but there are a few things that can trip you up when you're getting started. So, allow me to strap you into a chair, pin your eyes open, and force you to witness. Scrypted has a web-based management console, which is great once you know what you're doing, but the initial setup requires understanding plugins, configuring camera streams, and getting your smart home platform to recognise devices. It's not plug and play. You'll need to spend some time reading documentation and probably troubleshooting. It's a fantastic app, and eventually it should click, but it took me quite a lot of head scratching and swearing before I managed to get anything working. The community on Discord is fantastic though, so if you get stuck, ask there. You can also ask on the Home Assistant Cameras channel. It's not as hot and scripted as it is on Frigate, but you'll still find some people in the know who can help you out. Not all cameras are created equal. Some cameras have better RTSP implementations than others. Cheap generic cameras can be hit or miss. Laggy streams, authentication issues, or weird codec quirks. Reolink, Amcrest and Unify generally play nice with scripted, but always check the scripted docs before buying a camera to make sure it's well supported. One of my cameras works perfectly fine with scripted, but it's a cheap Chinese brand that I paid a pittance for about 7 years ago, and the feed hangs all of the time. This is the fault of the camera, and there's nothing scripted can do to fix it, so I would strongly recommend you invest a little bit more in a solid camera. I'll pop some links to some that I recommend in the description. Transcoding eats resources. If your camera's video format isn't compatible with your smart home platform, Scrypted will need to transcode it, which uses GPU or CPU resources. Running Scrypted on something underpowered like a Raspberry Pi might struggle with multiple camera streams being transcoded. Ideally, you'd want hardware acceleration, either a dedicated GPU or something like Intel QuickSync on a mini PC. HomeKit pairing can be temperamental. Scrypted uses multicast DNS or MDNS for HomeKit device discovery, and sometimes firewalls or VLANs can block it. If you're running Scrypted in Docker or a separate VLAN from your Apple devices, you might need to configure your network to allow MDNS traffic. This is especially annoying if you're running pfSense or similar. You'll need to create a specific firewall rule to allow it. Streams can lag or drop. If you're running Wi-Fi cameras or your network is congested or your camera has a really low powered processor like mine does, you might experience lag or drop frames when viewing feeds through Scrypted. Hardwired, good quality cameras on Gigabit Ethernet are always better. Also, make sure your Scrypted server has enough bandwidth and isn't being choked by other services. This is actually hot chocolate. Rule 1. Hardwire your cameras. I said this before in the Frigate video and earlier in this one, but it's still one of the best bits of advice I can give you. Wi-Fi cameras can be unreliable, especially when you're streaming to multiple destinations through Scrypted. Hardwired cameras give you consistent streams and better reliability. If you can't run a cable to a specific location, but it's connected through the same fuse box, you could try using a power line connector. I've had mixed success with this before, but when it works, it's great and it saves a lot of hassle running wires. Rule 2. Use hardware acceleration where possible. If you're transcoding video, use a GPU or Intel QuickSync to offload the work from your CPU. Scrypted supports hardware acceleration on most platforms and it makes a huge difference when you're streaming multiple cameras. I should point out here, as I don't want to be the source of any confusion, I'm talking specifically about video acceleration here, not AI acceleration. So your Halo 8 or Google Coral will not be of any use in this instance. Rule 3. Keep Scrypted and plugins updated. The project is being actively developed and updates frequently include bug fixes and improved compatibility with cameras and platforms. Check for updates regularly and read the release notes to see what's changed. Rule 4. Test one camera at a time. Don't try and configure all your cameras at once. Get one camera working with one platform first and then add more. This makes troubleshooting much easier if something goes wrong. Rule 5. Use the community. Scrypted has a fantastic community on Discord and Reddit. If you're stuck, ask there. Somebody's probably solved your exact same problem already. So that's Scrypted. The open source platform that breaks down the walls between your cameras and your smart home, letting you use practically any camera with practically any platform. It's powerful, flexible, and once you've got it set up, it just works. What the Heck is an ongoing series where I explain the ins and outs of tech. I try to post a new video every week, usually on a Monday, so if you want to be notified when the next episode drops, hit the bell and YouTube will make sure you're kept in the loop. If you haven't already, go check out the What the Heck is Frigate episode. Since Scrypted and Frigate work brilliantly together, it's definitely worth watching to see how they complement each other. Or if you want to learn more about home labs and smart homes in general, I've got the full What the Heck series right here. Ta-ra!